All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to class today. We're going to start seated, so feel free to sit up on a blanket, a chair, on your block, whatever feels good this morning. Um, and then just maybe move the flesh out from the sit bones and find your beautiful alignment. Wanted to read a card. Again, these are from Maria Popova. Very hard to read because the print is so small, but I really thought this one was appropriate for our times right now. And she says, there is no way to secure living against loss, no defensive attitude that would save you from the constant attacks of change. But if you open entirely to the moment, feel the edge of the beautiful and the edge of the difficult, you are no longer a prisoner of time, but its true equal. And I really liked that one because our tendency is to push away, right? To push away all that is uncomfortable and painful and sad. And sometimes we have to just try to be in that present moment and find both the sadness and the beautiful. That it's always happening in our lives. So with that, close your eyes and maybe just start to play with the alignment a little bit. Maybe just a teeny tiny pelvic tilt and tuck, as if you could draw the pelvis forward a little bit into a tilt, and then a small tuck, not a big one, not like cat cow, just small. And notice how the body feels as you move through here, particularly the back and particularly the lower back, as we move in and out of this extension and contraction. And then go even slower and see if you can find the place that feels at ease, which is not always easy to find, especially if we have low back pain as a constant. But there's a place where you're not overarching, you're not rounding. And if this is difficult, maybe grab a second blanket or sit up on a block or even a chair to allow that pelvis to find that equilibrium, that soft place of balance. And then hold that if you can, a little bit of tone to the belly to help support that. Bring the shoulders forward, up, and back. And then again, forward, up, back. And do that a few times. Again, not super hard, just to see where is it for me that feels like there is some ease. And then as you come back down, maybe just a little swing of the shoulders forward and back without taking them up. Just swing them back and forward and back and forward, and then find the happy place if there is one. And then come back to the pelvis. Does that still feel like it is in a neutral plane? Now feel the shoulders. How does that feel? And then weirdly, the same thing with the head. So you're just going to kind of pull the head forward and then pull it back as if somebody uh, were pulling a string back and forward. You're bringing the chin way forward and then way back without lifting. Back and forward and back, forward. And then again, see if you can just let the head settle where it might feel the most balanced, right? We've got a big old head on a little tiny neck. I always think of a golf ball sitting on a tee. And then come back to the shoulders. Are they still in their grooves? Come back to the pelvis. Is that still in its groove that is not too much or too little? And take a nice deep breath in and let it go. Breathe in and out. And one more, breathe in and out. And then just look over the right shoulder. You can still keep the eyes closed if you want. Don't move into a twist or anything. Don't let the left shoulder come forward. Just turn the head and then bring it back to center. Turn it the other way and center. Go back to the right side and then drop the chin toward the chest. Notice the breath. Notice if you're holding the breath. Notice if the pelvis went a little wonky. Hold. And then take the chin up, bring it back to center. Look over the left shoulder. Don't let the right shoulder follow. And tuck chin toward chest. Stay with the breath. And take the chin up, bring it back to center. Good. Just roll out the shoulders and shake those hands. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, I want you to imagine that you're pulling down like all this good energy. And then release, take it up. Exhale. And you can exhale through mouth or nose. We're drawing all that energy down and in, gathering it all up. Good. One more. Hold right here. Roll the shoulders back. Imagine that you've got all this energy contained and then turn the palms in. Hold. Bring the elbows to your sides and externally rotate by keeping the elbows in but pressing the arms out. And then bring them in and open. And in. Just a little bit of shoulder work, internal, external rotation. And breathe. Good. Just one more, two more. Hold it out. Draw the shoulders back. Check the pelvis, right? Did you start to arch? I know I did, right? I started to go into the low back a little bit. The shoulders are where they are. The belly is slightly toned. The head is where it is. And then imagine doing windshield wiper or snow angels. Let the fingers touch. And then slowly take them down. Squeeze the elbows in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Three more. Breathe in and out. Last one. And out. Hold. This time you're just going to press them out like big happy arms and bring them in. Squeeze. Good. Take them out. And in. Notice any tension. Out. And in. Last one. Reach it out. And in, and then let that go. Shake that out. Might have felt that one. I'm not sure. Good. Switch out the legs any way that you want. Either change which legs in front or straighten them. Anything to get them from feeling too cranky. Take the arms to cactus. Good. Take the shoulders up. Squeeze them back. Bring them back so that the elbows are level with the shoulders. And then imagine somebody has both elbows and they're pulling them out wide. Yep, breathe. Feeling that upper back working a little bit. Take the elbows down to your hips and reach them straight up. Exhale and straight up. Good. And down, squeeze and up. Good. This is 4. Straight up. Last one. Down you go. Straight up. Keep those hands up. Turn one palm and come into side stretch. Check the head here. A lot of times we have a lot of tension in the head and the neck. When we're in this pose, we're dropping the ear or something. So just kind of check it out. And also the shoulder, right? If you're on the same side of me, it's my left shoulder. Make sure it's not way up in your ear. Take both arms up Other side. Ooh, breathe again. Just check the alignment, check the tension. Notice if the chin is dropping down toward the chest. See if you can bring it back into alignment. And both arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. And let that go. Shake it out. And then everybody straighten the legs. If you are seated in a chair, you can do this. Just have the feet straight out, watch the knees. Otherwise, it's time to come to the floor. Good. And just give the legs a little shake. Just give them a little wobble, a little shake here, shake them out, and then point your toes and hold that point if you can. If you get real cramped up, let that go. And then flex the feet and hold that. Nice Dandasana pose, everybody. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down to your sides. Press the palms or the fingertips down. Draw the shoulders back, but then see if you can find that alignment again, what we were just talking about. The shoulders go into their groove, the head finds its groove, the chest is lifted, the pelvis somewhat neutral. Big deep breath here. Keep the posture hold. Bring the arms up as an option. Turn both palms forward. I'll try to mirror here. Take the left arm at a diagonal. Take the right arm down at a diagonal. Both palms forward. And then pull both arms back. And breathe. Watch the tension in the head or the neck. Good. Take them both up. Switch. Palms are forward. Stretch. Like one fingertip is reaching as far away from the other fingertip as possible. Reach up, keep the legs, everybody, and press. When I bring the arms down, it's hard to remember to keep those palms forward. And last one, take it out, press them back, everybody. And up. Exhale, release. Well done. Shake all that out. Let's bend just the left leg. Step that leg over, lift up, just hold on to your knee. And again, if you're on blanket, just make sure it's not throwing you off. Hold on to the knee and move the chest toward that leg. Shoulders are back again. One, you're here, that's plenty. Two, you're going to take the left elbow inside the left knee or the same side elbow to knee and come into a twist on that side. Big deep breath. Try to keep that foot planted. Notice if it's rolling off to the side and breathe. So it's not, you have to be careful here with pivot points that you're not overdoing it. As you inhale, lift that chest, lengthen the spine, everybody. As you exhale, just let all that go. Nice. Inhale, reach up. We're switching sides. So this time the right elbow comes to the knee. The left hand goes behind. Press that elbow into your knee into your elbow. If that's way too much, I should have said this at the beginning. You can use your hand instead of your elbow. Widen through the collarbone. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. Hold the arms, release that leg, grab one foot with one hand and take it up. You don't have to have the hand, or you can have that knee bent, okay? Or that foot. You can always grab your ankle behind the knee. Lift up really tall, stretch out that arm, let go, and lower it down. Shake that out. Good. Same thing, other side. Bend the knee, step it over. Remember, same side, same side. So inhale, reach up. You're taking your right arm to your right elbow or your right knee and coming into a twist. Left hand goes behind. Flex the long leg, keep it active. Big deep breath. Remember, each inhale lengthens the spine. Inhale, reach up. Switch direction. Breathe, drop the shoulders. One shoulder to the other, going nice and wide. Inhale, reach up. Undo the leg and then Grab foot, ankle, or knee and extend it up. Use your breath here. Let go. Lower it down. Shake that out. We're almost done with the floor work. Grab your strap, everybody. You don't need it in a loop right now. You're going to take that strap around both feet, straighten the legs, and then go wide. Whatever wide is for you, okay? So it does not have to be super wide. As long as you can hang on to the strap on either side, and then pull the shoulders back, draw the shoulder blades down. I'm actually turning my palms up so that the arms externally rotate and the shoulder blades draw down. And then pull on the strap, but resist with that outer edge of the feet. Yeah, there you go. And breathe. And again, think of your alignment. Did the pelvis just overly round or overly tuck? Breathe or tilt. Where are the shoulders? Are they down in their grooves? Where's the head? Is that back where it belongs? Close the eyes. Press against the strap. Good. Listen up. All you're going to do is let go of the tension on the strap completely and let your hands rest on your legs anywhere they fall. And feel again this posture. Very hard to sit up like this kind of L shape, whether the legs are wide or together. So breathe. Where's the chest? Where's the shoulders, the pelvis, the back of the head? And release. Woo, bring those legs together. Simple stuff can be really tricky. All right, you can set your strap aside. We're not going to need it for now, but we're coming right to all fours. So spread out your blanket. Come to table pose. On Friday, in Friday's class, we worked on the wrists a lot. So one thing you might want to consider, probably you would roll the top end of your mat under, and then you could place your hands here. You don't have to do this if your wrists are okay, but just as an option to try that. So table pose, I want you to start again with just the pelvis. So tuck and tilt just the pelvis. Your knees or hips width apart. Your feet are straight out from your knees. So keep the upper body relatively still and feel what's going on with the pelvis. And then slow it down and find the happy spot if there is one. Notice the shoulders, round the shoulders. Your pelvis is going to round a little and then lift. So it's almost like trying to do the upper portion of cat cow. It's real weird, for lack of a better word. There, and then see if you can find the place where the shoulders are nice and wide. The shoulder blades are tucking down, but we're not losing the pelvic tilt. Take the right leg straight back. Draw the belly in, lift that right leg. Find that balance. Lift the left arm and take it forward. Palm is face in for most of us. Breathe. Take the left arm out to the side, little bit of a diagonal. Take it all the way to the side, right out from the shoulder. Turn that palm face down. And then imagine you're pushing that hand on a table. Big deep breath. One more here with the left. If you can, you're taking that arm behind you and letting the forearm rest on the lower back. All the while holding that right leg up. If it's too much, just put the right foot on the floor. Release the left arm. Let it circle all the way forward again. Lower that hand, lower the knee, and stretch back. Breathe. And come on up. I'm just going to turn around so I don't have the wall in my way. Same thing, other side. I know this can be tricky on the wrist, so always take a break. Left leg goes back. Low belly tones in, the left leg lifts. You can always stay here. You can always come to soft fists. Take the right arm out if you're ready. Palm is face in. Start by just taking it at a diagonal. And then take it out to the side of the shoulder, palm face down. Imagine you're pressing on a table, everybody. And then rotate that arm back. Let it rest on your low back or sacrum. Breathe. Release. Circle it back around. Lower the hand. Lower the knee. Listen up. Take both hands forward. Puppy stretch. So the hands walk forward. The chest starts to drop toward the floor. Don't worry about the head coming to the floor or anything like that. Think down dog. So if we were on our feet, what would we be doing with our upper, from basically our hips to our fingers? What would we be doing for our down dog, right? So first thing, let's tuck the pelvis in a little bit so we have a neutral spine. Press the fingers into the floor, maybe claw the fingertips in. Imagine you're holding a beach ball between the arms and your ears are on either side of the arms. And then engage the upper back to find that strength and just hold. This is the upper portion of downward facing dog. Release that. Walk those hands back. Whew. Good. I'm just going to turn around again because that's where my blocks are. And step forward, right foot. Grab your blocks, everybody. Getting a good warm up, and then we're going to be coming to standing. So starting, you can have your blocks low, medium, high. I tend to like them up high for this, just to ease off the shoulders a little bit. Find that beautiful lunge, front knee, front ankle. Squeeze the back glute. Nice little adjust there, Lynn. Back foot straight back if you can. Only if you want, bend the back knee. Now, you don't have to do that. That is just a little extra quad stretch. Big deep breath. And then lower that leg carefully. Straighten the front leg. Flex that foot. If your hands are comfortable on your blocks, just leave them there. Reaching both hips back. Squaring the shoulders, stretching the hamstring. And then bend the knee. Bend that knee and lift the foot only if you want, just a little extra stretch. Lower that foot, straighten the front leg. And bend that front knee. We're going to switch sides. So bring the right leg back. Take the left foot forward. Take your time. Get your good alignment here. Nice, easy lunge. Your back foot is straight back from the knee. The top of that foot's on the floor. The glute squeezes a little bit. And breathe. Only if you want. You're bending the back leg. Squeeze. Woohoo. And release. Straighten the front leg. Flex that foot so that you get some nice traction there. Just watch for any hyperextension. Bend the front. Lift the chest. Bend the back knee only if you want. Release. Straighten. And bend. Release both sides. Come back to the first side and breathe. So here we are again, nice little stretch for the psoas. Maybe lower the blocks by one if they're up high and flip toes under. Lift the back knee. Once you're there, the blocks are sturdy. You can take them back up if you want. Whatever feels good to you. So here we are in this nice, strong, high lunge. Level out the hips, everybody. Come back to that neutral alignment with the whole entire spine. Stamp the front foot as if you could push that foot through the mat. And notice how much that activates the leg. And then try to pull the front heel back a little bit. There's all kinds of action going on here. If the blocks are too low, just take them up a little bit. Good. And when you're ready, straighten the front leg. Any amount, does not have to be a super straight leg. Draw the collarbones nice and wide. Lengthen the torso. Don't worry about the back heel. If you don't feel stable, you can shorten the pose. Bend the front knee, hold. Squeeze that imaginary block between the legs. Try to pull the front heel back. Find your breath. Straighten the front leg. What are you feeling? If you wiggle the hips a little bit, do you notice anything different? Is the left hip really dropping? And if it is, can we level the hips a little bit? Big deep breath. Bend the front knee. We're almost done on this one. Keep your left hand where it is. Float the right arm up to the ceiling. Nice little twist here. Exhale. Take that hand down. Very slowly lower that knee to the floor. Release the back toes and switch sides. Slow work, right? It's like stirring a pot, nice and slow, right? We get everything warmed up. We don't rush. Once you're there, flip your toes. Now you can keep that knee on the floor, by the way. I'm sorry I didn't say that on the other side. But if you want, lift the knee, level out the hips, nice tone to the belly. Stamp the left foot and then try to pull it back just a little. You're going to feel all kinds of activation with that hamstring. Breathe. And then exhale, slowly straighten the front leg. Ooh. One side almost always different than the other. Big deep breath. Slowly bend the front. Keep the legs active, everybody. Hang in there. Deep breath. And straighten. Feel where the pelvis is. Little bit of tuck of the belly. Torso is long. The hands are light. Even though they're supporting your pose, they're not super heavy on the blocks. Bend the front knee. Almost done here. Keep your right hand where it is. Take the left arm up. And breathe. Exhale, hand down. Lower that knee to the floor, everyone. Walk the left leg back. Just move your blocks forward. Find puppy stretch again. So the hands walk forward or the knees back. The arms are outstretched, but they're not just reaching and you're not just diving into the shoulders. The upper back, the latissimus dorsi muscles are nice and strong. Take them back. Table pose to downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, do your thing, pedal it out, shake it out, maybe turn the heels one way and then the other, and breathe. Maybe bend the knees and straighten them, just getting all that warmed up. And then take the feet wide. Walk those hands back. Whew. Bend the knees, turn the toes, and come up to standing. Good. Let's get that blanket out of the way. We're going to be standing for a while. Good. Whew. Shake, shake, shake that out, everybody. Grab your strap. Now, strap is optional. We're going to be using the strap a little bit to stand just to get some feedback. But if you are really challenged with your balance, either be near the wall or just forget about the strap because you can do it without. So take the strap into a loop and bring it 2-3 inches, somewhere around the mid thighs. Not too small, but so that you can stand and have this strap. And if you are using the strap, just move the tail out of the way so it's not a trip hazard. You'll find it on the first one. I want you to bend the knees and come into a squat, just a small one. Now, if your strap is too tight, it's going to feel crappy on your knees, okay? So you want it wide enough that when you come into a squat, you can press against the strap, feel the knees work. The knees are in line with the feet, and all that's working really nicely. And then stand up. Arms come up. Exhale, come down to a squat, kind of like a chair pose. Breathe, inhale up. Exhale, and up. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. The strap is tight enough to stay, but not so tight that it feels like you're restricted. Stay right here. One hand to chest, one hand to tailbone. Ooh. Lengthen the tailbone down. Lift the chest. Now it's chair pose. Push against that strap. Take the arms forward. And again, Friday, we talked about where you put the arms, right? They can be here. They can be here. They can be more diagonal. But the arms are just the sprinkles, right? Because these legs are working like crazy. Breathe, press against that strap, and stand up and let go. Roll that out. Here's the tricky one. You're going to go wide. So go ahead and lengthen the strap. It's not going to be your widest. Once again, you're going to have to bend the knees to figure it out, but the strap is going to go right at the knees. So Lynn, lower the strap so it's right on, basically on the knees. Whew. Not your widest, right? Because otherwise it gets super tricky. Your feet are out of the diagonal. You're not likely going to be able to stand up and keep the strap where it is. So keep a little bend in the knees and breathe. Good. Now, what are we doing? One hand to chest, one hand to tailbone. Lengthen both. And then take your hands to your heart and just see if you can little wiggle side to side. Yeah, Lynn, you could probably go wider. And breathe. Ooh, anybody feeling those legs? Strap or no strap? This is work. And then settle in the middle. The shoulders go wide, the head, the tailbone, everything working here. Take the arms out and see if you can hold. You are pressing against the strap. Don't overdo it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just stand up. Whew. Step the legs together. Take that strap out. Why is that important? Because so much of the standing leg work, standing pose work we do, we don't feel the legs. So go wide again, roughly where you were before. Bend the knees and just wobble side to side. If you get to where this is too much, especially for your knees, just take it up higher or stay with straight legs for now. So we're wobbling side to side. I want you to find your groove again. Where is it for you? It may be way higher, might be lower. Tailbone is heavy, chest is lifted, arms are up. Woo! Press the knees against that imaginary strap. Squeeze the belly in, everybody. Find your pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand straight up, 5-pointed star. Breathe. Bend it down slow, elbows down. Inhale up slow. Exhale slow. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess. Oh, two more. One up. This is one. Last one. And down. If you can, hold. Hands come to your thighs, your shoulders hike up to your ears. Horse stance. Breathe. Press down into your thighs. I know you feel it. I feel it too. And release. Good. Step those legs together. Ooh. Shake, shake, shake. And come to the, actually, let's stay wide. Let's come into it that way. And then everybody turn whichever you would consider your forward foot. For me, it's my right foot, or if I'm mirroring it, be my left. Bend the front knee, think of warrior two. So what happens with warrior two? Keep the arms down for now. Put the hands on the hips or in your pockets. And notice the front leg, right? So front leg, foot, knee, knees not curling in and out, all the things we know by now. What's going on with the back leg? If you can, bend the back knee a little bit. If it feels funky to do that, don't do that. So we notice, right, what's going on with the hip, right? When we bend the knee, we can move the hip a little. And then find the groove of the hip straight in the back leg. Press the pinky toe down into the floor. Front knee is bent. The arms float out to the sides. The low belly tones. We're not overreaching. Breathe. Keep working that front knee toward the pinky toe. And then just take the arms up, tap. Take them all the way down. Take them up and tap. And down. Good. Take it up. And down. Don't forget about the back leg, everybody. We got two left. And up. Take those hands back to your hips, straight in the front leg, and turn all your toes. Look at the toes. They should all be pointing forward, and then go to the other side. Plant the foot, bend the knee. Check the knee. If you can, without pain, just bend the back knee a little bit and see how everything can kind of wiggle, the pelvis can wiggle a little bit. And then draw the front hip back so that the front knee aligns, straighten the back leg. Plant the pinky edge if you can. Take the arms out. Belly tones in, the shoulders are just floating, right? The arms are just floating here. And breathe. Good. Turn the palms forward. Bring them to the center. And then open. Keep the pose. Watch your knee. Take it in and open. 3 and 4 and 5. Open them up. Turn the palms back down. Nice warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Turn your toes. Let go of the arms. And just heel toe in for a second just to shake it out. And by the way, a really nice thing to do sometimes is just to flip your toe. If you can, flip your toes under, right? And stretch the front of your foot. Especially if you did a long walk on the beach like I did. Good. All right, we're going wide again, everybody. Toes are all pointing forward. Take that first leg turn, bend the knee. We're back where we started. Squeeze the back glute. Hands come to your hips. I want you to look at your front leg, not so much foot, and straighten the front leg. Watch for hyperextension. And then bend the front knee. And straighten. What are we looking at, everyone? We're trying to get that knee to stabilize and track really the middle toe. Good, just do that one more time. Bless you. And then straighten the leg and hold. Push the legs away from each other. Take both arms up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, the back arm stays up. The front arm lands on your thigh. Notice I have not done anything else. And then I'm going to slide the hand gently down the leg and hold. That top arm can either be straight up or over the ear. Breathe, press the feet away from each other. Triangle pose. Collarbones are wide. The tailbone is heavy. Breathe. And then slide the hand right back up. Release both hands. Take both arms out, warrior two. Squeeze the back glutes. Take both arms up to the ceiling. Turn your toes. Five-pointed star. And then exhale, release. Look at your feet. They should all be pointing forward so that your back foot doesn't end up cockeyed out to the side. And then go to the other side. Plant your foot. Bend the knee. Make sure your pose is wide enough for you, but not so wide. Check that front knee. Hands are on the hips for now. And then gaze lovingly at your front knee. Straighten the leg, pause, and bend it. Where's the knee track for you normally? Straighten and bend. Straighten. Good. Bend. Maybe two more like that. I'm just looking, right? Especially when we've got wonky knees. We want to make sure we're trying to track in a neutral position. And then straighten the leg and hold. Take both arms up to the sky. Only the front hand drops just to your thigh. This could be your triangle, everybody. Does not have to be low. If you're good, slide just as long as the hand isn't resting on the knee or stressing out that knee. You're okay. Breathe, the chest opens up. Find that length through the arms. Hold here. And then slide up. Warrior two. Breathe. Take the arms up, straighten the front leg, just turn the toes, five-pointed star. And really step those legs together. Woo-hoo. Good, grab your blocks, everybody. We're gonna come into just a nice wide leg forward fold. So again, going wide, you can take those blocks right in front of you and take them up really high to start, even if your hands easily come to the floor. So you're almost in an L shape. Think about your poses. Where's the pelvis, right? So we're coming right back to the beginning. If I do nothing, I'm kind of arched in the low back. I feel like my tailbone is really poking up, right, as opposed to down. So I'm going to draw the low belly in and level out the stern or the sacrum a little bit. And then I want to check the shoulders. So I'm going to roll the shoulder blades down my back and feel like they got nice and broad, nice and wide. Then I want to look at the head. Drawing the back of the head back a little bit, if that makes sense for you. Press against the imaginary strap around your feet. Feel how active the legs just got. Take a nice deep breath. If you can hold this, lower your blocks. And if you can still hold the posture, lower your blocks. The elbows train in so that the elbows are pointing back toward the body. If you start to overarch in the lower back, readjust. Breathe. If you are still okay, keep the legs, move the blocks, walk the hands forward, and come into a wide leg downward facing dog. So now we're planting the hands again. Spreading out through the hands. Engaging the upper back. feeling all this work happening. Press the legs against the imaginary strap, everybody. And then walk your hands back. Turn the toes out, please. Bend the knees. Take one hand to each knee. Come halfway up. And then stand all the way up. Woo! And step those legs together and give them a good shake. In fact, let's take one block and just place it between the legs just to give ourselves a moment. We're going to do one more thing with this, and then we'll call it kind of a day as far as the lesson. Ooh, good squeeze. And then let go of the block. The blocks can come back to the front of your mat. And just hang. Grab that strap again. If it's in a loop, that's okay. It doesn't matter. I just want you to step the ball mound of one of your feet on your strap. Like I said, it doesn't matter whether it's a loop or not, just so you can hold it. So press into the strap, or press the foot into the strap and lift the heel a little bit. And then imagine that you're going to make your foot longer. So it's like I'm grounding the ball mound and I'm trying to spread the rest of the foot back. And then drop the heel back to the floor. Press into the big toe mound. Lift all your toes. And then plant all your toes. And stay on purpose here. Bend the front knee enough to step back with the other leg. Does not matter where your strap is, as long as you can hang on to that ball mound pressing into the strap. So here we are, warrior two again. Open up the arms. If you can, lift the arm that's got the strap, pull up on the strap as you press down into your ball mound, and breathe. And then straighten the front leg, switch the strap to the other hand, slide down and extend over. Your strap might not do this. You might have too big of a loop, too big of anything. Breathe. If you can, it's arm to arm. So right now my strap is actually behind my head. Triangle pose. Press into the ball mound. Slide up. Just let go of that strap and release. When we do standing poses, switch sides, by the way. When we do standing poses, often the emphasis in our bodies is either at the front leg or at the back leg, right? We rarely find a way to incorporate both legs. So once again, I'm pressing the ball mound of my foot into the strap. I'm going to lift the heel a little bit and just, it really doesn't move, I don't think, but it's just like, how long can I make that foot? And then drop the heel, lift all your toes, press into the big toe mound, and then press down into all those toes. Bend the knee enough that you can just kind of hop back a little bit. Bend that front knee, start to lengthen and lift the top strap, and press out. Watch the front knee. There you go, Lynn. Open up the shoulders. Engage the back leg. Whew. Right? And shoulders are getting a little work here too. No kidding. Breathe. Good. Straighten the front leg. Take the strap in the other hand and then lower down the front leg. Straight leg triangle pose. If the strap works for you, you're just going to straighten that strap or lift that strap over your head. If your arm's a little bent, don't worry. We didn't do any measuring here. And breathe. Release that arm, bend the knee, whew, and step it and shake it. Good. If you've got a fairly big loop, just make it a little smaller. Standing pose, balance pose, take the strap on your right foot. This time I want it on the heel. So step on the strap with your heel. And then pull up on that strap. So you know you've got it pretty solid. If you want, you can kind of measure, just take that arm up and see that you could straighten the arm. And then hold on back down low. Don't have to use the strap at all. Take the other hand to the hip. Lift your other foot so that the knee is bent. Pelvis is neutral, shoulders are wide, head is in space, posture. And then only if you want, take the other arm up, press into the heel. Maybe the other arm goes up, but feel what's going on in the standing leg, everybody. Ooh. Breathe. And release. Switch sides. Step on the strap on the heel. You can do all this without a strap, by the way. And just again, give it a good pull up. Stand nice and tall, mountain pose. The other hand can come to your hip. When you're ready, just lift that knee. Squeeze the belly. See if you can maintain that alignment. When you're ready, if you're ready, pull on the strap and straighten it overhead. Pull on the other one. Interesting. This one is so much harder on this side. Breathe. Notice. And release. Ooh. Shake that out. Put your strap down. How's everybody doing? Okay? Okay. Good. All right. Tree pose. Again, it's a balance pose. It works, uses the legs, kind of they work together. Feel free to be near a wall. Start in mountain pose. I want you to lift the right heel slightly. Pull that foot back, like isometrically, try to make it longer. And then drop the foot, maybe lift the toes, spread the toes, press into the pink or the big toe, and lower those toes. Tree pose can be simple right here, just a big toe to the floor or low or high. Come into your tree pose. Remember the standing legs hip. We don't want it to be pressing out to the side. So squeeze it in, hands to heart. Start by finding tree. Belly tones in, pelvis is neutral. Collarbones are wide. Breathe. Raise the arms if you would like. The wobble is good. Squeeze the glutes, everybody. And then see if you can come into some level of ease. Whoop. Some level of ease right here. Hands to heart. And let go. Shake it out. Mountain pose. Left foot this time. We're just going to lift the heel a little and try to spread that foot back and then draw it down into the earth. Press into the big toe mound. Lift all your toes. Spread them out. Make a nice wide base. And then feel mountain pose and feel what that foot is doing. Come into tree pose on this side. When you have the leg where you want, you can put your hands to your heart. Find that nice alignment. And then only if you want, the arms float out. We find the still point. Try to soften the shoulders as the shoulder blades draw down. And then see if you can find a little bit of ease. Hands to heart. And lower it down. Shake it out, everybody. Grab the block again. Take it between the legs. Squeeze the block. And then just find mountain pose, right? So just think about the alignment. We've been talking about it since we started. Where is the pelvis in space, right? Do you feel like you're overarching or over rounding? Can you find a soft space where it doesn't feel achy or tight? And then let's check the shoulders, maybe draw them softly up to the ears, back down until you find that groove. Little bit of tone to the low belly, pubic bone up toward belly button. And then maybe turn the head to in one direction and my eyes closed so I can really feel. And then center, turn the head to the other side, really soft. And center, draw the head forward like you're trying to touch your face to something right in front of you. Draw it way back. And then find the groove, find the happy spot right there. And then open the eyes and feel that. Float the arms out to the side, but make them as light as you can. Turn the palms up softly, float them up again, but they are light, light, light. They're light as feathers. No strain, no stress, no overreaching, no nothing. Just squeezing this block, mountain pose. And then float them down all the way. Well done, everybody. Take that block out. You can put the block back at the front of your mat. We're coming back down to the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. You can have your blocks here or your fingertips to the floor. Just don't hang, everybody. Try not to hang in space. Maybe wiggle the hips side to side. Feel what's going on with the hamstrings. Let the head hang like a big, heavy grape. And then bend the knees, step back to downward facing dog. Hold here. Everything we've been talking about, put it into play with your down dog. Tippy toes, lower your knees. And then either puppy stretch or child's pose or anything else that feels really good right now. Just feel your body here. Whichever pose you've chosen, you could be on your belly, on your side. And as you take a deep breath in, feel the breath move into your back. Release that and come to a seat. Feet are out in front of you. Actually, straighten the legs and let's come to figure four. So bringing your whichever foot you want, bring it above or below the knee, and then bend the knees to find that stretch in the hip. You can hold anywhere that feels good. Just see if you can not lose your alignment. Just see if you can work on that a little each pose. Maybe stretch and wiggle a little. And then take the hands to the floor. Whichever knee you've bent, that foot is going to come to the floor. So you're going to drop both knees. Yep. So it's a little bit of a twist, right? It's an unusual twist. That foot's now on the floor. I feel really stable. I'm going to take that arm and just come into an easy twist here. So for me, my left foot is on the floor. My right arm has come to my knee. You can also just do it here. So a seated twist, we do this sometimes on our backs, not with the arm, but on our back. So it's just a little weird twist. A lot of weird poses today. And release. Good. Lean back, come back to figure four. Hold here if you can. Hold the leg, release the leg. Release the bent knee and straighten. So it's like you're cradling a baby. Release that, straighten both legs, give them a shake. Switch to the other side, bend that knee, come into figure four, whatever works best for you. By the way, if this is just torture, come down to your, I keep forgetting to say it on the first side, but on this side, come on down to your back and do figure four there. It's perfectly wonderful. And then just kind of wiggle side to side, right? We got all those muscles supporting these hip joints. We've got all the muscles supporting the pelvis in general. Uh, so we got, we want to not be just stagnant. We want to keep the flow going. And then come to center, sit up really, really tall. Take the hands behind you. Remember that foot is just going to float down to the ground. It's a little funky twist. And then take that elbow, place it up on the knee, and breathe. So Lynn, try switching arms. There you go. It's hard because I'm looking at me going, what is she doing different? Breathe, everybody. Good. Release the twist. Take yourself back to figure four. If you can, you're holding on to that leg and straightening. A lot of people, and again, here I am on the second side, you can just hook it with your elbows, or you can wrap the arms around and interlace and just rock the baby. And release, straighten that leg, give them all a shake. We're coming down to our back. I don't think you need your strap, but you're welcome to have it. I like my blocks for Shavasana, so I'm going to put those nearby. Come all the way down to your back. Oh. Feet are bent, or knees are bent, feet are on the floor. Bring one knee to chest and wrap your elbow from the outside to underneath your arm if you can reach. And if not, just take your hand to your knee. Do the same thing with the other one. Wrap the elbow and just hang on to your fingers and take the lower legs up. So this is a variation of Happy Baby. The arms wrap from the outside, the fingertips come toward each other. I'm just holding on to a couple fingers. The forelegs, the lower legs, try to lift up more parallel with the wall, and the feet are stamping that wall if they could touch it. Breathe. So one, you're here. Two, you're going to release. Just grab your big toes or the outsides of your feet and come into a fuller Happy Baby. Lengthen through the spine and the back of the neck so that we're not lifting the chin. You can always have a little something under your head if need be. Relax your jaw, everyone. Try to seat the sacrum a little bit. This is a rounded pose, and that's okay. But just try to lengthen the sacrum down a little bit. Let the legs be heavy. Big, deep breath. Release, bring the knees together. Let the left foot come to the floor, hands behind the right knee, straighten that right leg up. Feel free to straighten the left leg if you'd like. Keep the shoulders really soft here if you're holding that leg. And then switch. Both knees to chest. Cross your ankles. And then only if you want, tuck your head toward your knees and just come into a big ball and then release it. And let's find our Shavasana. So again, if you like using your blocks, I put them right under the back of my thighs. It lets my pelvis just go so soft. Legs can relax, the knees don't hyperextend. But whatever feels good to you, you can lay on your side, your belly. Let the palms come down to your sides and palms face up so that we externally rotate the arms and open the chest and shoulders and the heart. Relax your jaw, your belly. Soften the eyes. Soften the belly, the shoulders, the jaw. Go softer still. For those of you who are ready, start to wiggle your toes. Maybe the arms go overhead. Deepen the breath as if you have just woken up from a beautiful nap. And then bend the knees. Draw the knees towards your chest. Rock side to side until the knees roll to one side or the other. And then press all the way up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Bow your head and say a prayer for peace. Namaste, everyone. Thank you, thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thanks so much, everybody.
Namaste.